Time for today's Face-Off on Fox Soul. Challengers Quan LX and Big Angry Adams. Ready to go blow by blow on those hot topics. Face-Off on Fox Soul starts right now. It's the entanglement that will not end. People now saying Jada Pinkett Smith is sharing too much about her relationship with Will Smith. Up first, here's Quan LX.
Charles, we all have heard about now Jada Pinkett Smith's new interview that's out that she did with Fox Digital, I believe it was. And Jada Pinkett went into some extremely details about her upbringing, her life as a young woman, as a child, all the way to now her life as a married woman with Will Smith. What bothers me about the book was that she said this book helped her go from feeling unworthy to worthy. I saw nothing worthy in Sister Jada Smith, saying the things she said about Will Smith and her marriage. They've been separated since 2016, according to Jada. That's nobody's business but her and her husband's. She went on to say that when he stood up to defend her honor and slapped Chris Tucker unjustifiably and went on stage to stand up and protect his wife's name because he felt he was making mockery of her, she turned right around and slapped him in the face in this book and other interviews by saying, oh, she thought it was a skit, because obviously what she's subtly suggesting, saying, I didn't think he loved me that much to protect my name and my honor. Then she went on to say that her child, at 15 years of age, moved out of the house. What does that say about you as a mother, that you let your 15-year-old child move out the house and be on his own? That same 15-year-old child, Charles, brought home a friend to be counseled by the mother, and she, quote unquote, counseled him all the way allegedly into the bedroom and called that an entanglement. Then she went so further, man, this foolishness, to talk about Tupac proposed to her behind bars. Well, thank God he didn't make her his wife, because she sure as hell is very ungrateful to Will Smith. After all that man has done for her, not one time has he ever, no matter what she said publicly, despairing that man or criticizing that man or critiquing a man that a woman should never critique her husband in public. He has never said likewise toward her. He's always taken a high road. I got a problem with that. She is not worthy in this book to me, talking about a family like that.
Are you done with this tirade of misogyny against Jada Pinkett Smith? The truth is that she is now in the business of personal details, right? Her podcast became a juggernaut because of her unabashed truthfulness on the platform, much of which was detrimental to her, her public persona. This book, she's trying to sell books, Quanell. You ain't gonna sell books by keeping your mouth shut. That's not what a memoir is. And I don't hear you bitching about other people's memoirs when they have a penis. But a woman says, hey, I'm a real person. I didn't feel good about myself. I now feel good about myself. If Tupac actually proposed to her, why not talk about it? If her and her husband have been separated since 2015, 2016, what irritates me is the lie. The fact that they held themselves out as a married couple for America to adore to protect his celebrity status is dishonest and despicable. It's not despicable to tell the truth. And the story is that he cheated first, right? And we can't speak to what kind of pain that caused her and whether she felt trapped because they had two small children. Now, I think that family...
She felt trapped?
I think that family...
She felt trapped. That man gave her a wonderful life. Her acting career and music career did not support that level of success. That level of success that she has enjoyed is a direct result of her being married to Will Smith.
You don't think that made her economically
that sister
trapped?
Should be grateful, not ungrateful. And how can you be trapped and you with $100 million man and you feel trapped?
So if
a man that's never abused
you don't know what kind of prenup?
She says he's never put his hands on her. He's never come home drunk. He's never beat on her. He's never abandoned her. How in the hell she feel abused?
Okay, so if he ran around on her, you don't think she has a right to be aggrieved? If they've been
based on her entanglements, sound like she's been running around on him the whole time.
Or maybe, just maybe, that after she got run around on and they separated, because her entanglement was apparently after the separation, so why is she doing anything wrong, having a relationship
with somebody else? If you a married woman and you sleeping with other people,
But if they're
that's
separated,
adultery.
if
If he's doing it, that's adultery.
Okay.
They both are wrong.
I ain't heard you say nothing
But
bad
Charles,
about Big Willie
the problem
style.
is this.
If Big Willie style was
Charles.
out there throwing his willie and all kind of, I mean, apparently him
But
and some
there's no
young,
evidence to
very
that.
famous blonde actress had a nice little thing of a deal. I mean, here's the thing, no evidence of that. The truth is we don't know. Okay, the truth is she wrote a memoir to sell books, and we're sitting here talking about it, helping her
And I
sell
would say
books.
to that
and
sister,
you have different rules
I
for
would say
women
to that sister,
than you do for
no.
men
I
because
would
you're
say
a
to her,
sexist.
your family is more sacred than that book. Your family is more sacred than the
Who are
success
you to make
of your
that
memoir.
decision?
Her children and her husband is much more sacred than the success of a book. Because what profits a man or woman that they gain the whole world and lose their soul? Will has been a good man to that sister. Never
How do
publicly,
you know?
never
How
publicly
do
said
you
one
know?
bad word about her. And you know how you know?
Yeah.
Because whenever she's
You don't know.
I'll tell you how. Because whenever she said something negative about him in public, you've never seen him turn around and say something negative about her in public. He has not done it. That's a good man.
Okay, so if she ran around on her and they were fake play acting at being together, either for the kids, and I don't believe that because they knew, they've evidence that they knew and they were tired of pretending. They obviously did it for his image, right? His image as a family man and an actor.
What about hers?
Hold on, and it sounds like he was running all over Hollywood, right? I don't know if it's true, but that is the story in these streets. And if her behavior was in response to his misdeeds, you only have this opinion of her because she has a vagina and not a penis.
No, I have this opinion because she wrote a book, he did not. Because she wrote a book criticizing her husband, he didn't write one criticizing his wife.
But what if it's
That's why I take this position.
What if it's legitimate criticism? And another thing she wrote.
Even if it's legitimate, you keep the struggles of your marriage in your own home.
Why?
You do that with a therapist, with a counselor, with a pastor, with someone who can give you spiritual guidance. But the whole world can't give you answers.
For what, 7, 8 years? Apparently what she suggests is that as a predicate to the slap, because it was an open secret that they weren't together, Chris Rock came up at the Oscars and asked her out on a date. And then Will found out about it, right? And he did, I mean, I guess he was upset and in his feelings. But if you are separated from your wife and y'all are merely together for the show, for the camera, why doesn't she have a right to live her life if you're out there living your life?
I'm not saying that.
You just
what
said
I'm
that.
saying
You
is
just said she
writing
was
a
married
book
to-
criticizing that
you
brother
just
in the
said-
manner in
you
which
just
she
said
did,
she's a married
that's
woman
a
and
problem.
it's adultery.
And it's adultery.
If
It is
you're,
adultery.
if you're separated,
If you're separated and you want to sleep around, divorce.
okay,
If
well,
you're
what if-
separated, you want to sleep around,
what
divorce.
if they didn't want to for whatever reason? Who
And guess
are
what?
we-
Then
are we to
that's the
judge?
bigger lie. Because you're staying married for the wrong reasons.
The only reason you care
That's a
about
mockery
this,
of marriage.
If Jada was the man and Will was the woman, you would have the opposite
You
position.
just want sisters to be hoes. That's what that
Well,
is.
yeah, why? Oh, yes, that's what I
That's
want.
what you really want.
I want bald-headed
And you don't
sisters
like
to be hoes,
productive
right?
black brothers
I do want
who are
sisters
real family
with
men
some
who
hair.
are not speaking
'Cause
bad
I
about
mean,
their women.
If I had a woman without hair, I'd feel like I was looking at my own self, man.
I bet
don't
you
think-
would,
come on,
too.
Come on.
Mhm.
She's
Both of y'all be bald
Stop.
on top,
You,
huh?
you just mad because she's Tupac's ghostwriter.
At least 3 Ivy League college students have lost major job offers. Find out why when the debate continues next. In round 2, 3 Ivy League students who signed on to letters supporting Hamas against Israel lost huge job offers. One of the CEOs saying discriminating against terrorist supporters is the most comically easy decision I'll ever have to make as a CEO. Here's Charles Big Angry Adams.
I applaud Davis Polk Wardwell, a large national law firm, for pulling offers from Columbia and Harvard students. I applaud Winston Strawn for doing the same thing for a law student at New York University. We have heard horrible things come out of the mouths of what a Cornell professor called the Hamas killing, a butchering of women and children, burning babies, killing people at a music festival, focused only on taking innocent lives. We have heard a Cornell professor called exhilarating, a Columbia professor called amazing. We saw all these Harvard students. I have a degree from Harvard. I couldn't be more disgusted with those students who wrote a letter saying Israel was totally and completely to blame. It was all their damn fault that Hamas came in there and butchered a bunch of infants in their home. It's disgusting. these students are talking about is free speech. They're law students at Ivy League schools. They should get that free speech means the government can't take action. It doesn't mean freedom from all consequences for you saying horrible things. Thankfully, someone's standing up for them, because the professor, the president of Harvard, the president of Columbia, and the president of the University of Pennsylvania are all taking very tepid responses. They're okay, apparently, with anti-Semitism. They're okay with a bigoted hate against the Jewish people. I applaud these law firms.
Are you done spewing that
Hey,
falsehood?
I didn't try to stop you when you were spewing a bunch of crap about Jada.
So let's be honest and let's tell the truth here.
Well, then I should talk, because you don't do that.
No, because you lie when your lips are moving.
Okay.
And one thing about a lie, it don't care what mouth it come out of.
Okay.
But these lawyers have a right to speak what's in their minds.
They're
and
not
their
lawyers,
hearts
they're law students.
if they believe that what they're doing is right. And remember, college professors and on college campuses, it is to promote debate of thought. And different philosophies are invited to participate on campus. Why? So you can have actual intellectual debates and let the academic facts fall where they may. But this is what's not being said. If this law firm wants to discriminate against terrorist supporters, well, then why are you not doing it against the American government? It was the American government that helped set up.
You never want to talk about the damn subject.
Nope, let me finish.
This is the subject.
Let me finish.
Go ahead,
let me finish,
America.
because I'm about to blow your argument to pieces.
Okay, I bet you're not.
The Israeli government helped set up Hamas. It was the Israeli government that helped finance the creation and the establishment of Hamas. Israeli generals and Mr. Sharon, the former Israeli leader, have admitted that they made a mistake by giving Hamas money because they hated Yasser Arafat and the PLO. So they wanted a counterweight in Palestine against the PLO. So they helped set up Hamas. They paid for mosques, they paid for schools, they paid for camping and training. They paid for institutions to develop Hamas. That's a fact.
No, you're just literally making it up.
Don't cut me off, man. Let me finish.
Okay, well, you cut me off.
Hamas was helped to be set up by the Israeli government, and they admit to that. Do your damn research.
So apparently,
if this law firm wants to be angry with those who support terrorists, well, be angry with Israel, because they helped do it. The same way America helped set up ISIS when they hated the government in Syria and wanted to have regime change. So they supported those fighters fighting against the government in Syria, and then come to find out they turn out to be ISIS. The same way America helped train and develop Osama bin Laden when him and the Mujahideen fighters were fighting the Russian invasion of Afghanistan. The CIA gave them millions and millions and millions and trained them how to fight the Russians. Then they turned right around and bombed and fought America. The same way Hamas has done to Israel, the Israeli people ought to be angry with their own government that they helped financially set up Hamas.
A wonderful speech, but nothing about the topic, right? The dishonesty about Israel setting up and arming Hamas is just insane. But okay, let's say these 4 law students at these prestigious top 10 law schools, what if they issued a letter saying the Ku Klux Klan was right? What if they issued a letter using the N-word all over the place? Would you think they should lose their jobs?
Would
you think they should lose their jobs?
If they endorsed the Klan, yes.
Okay, so.
Because black folks did not help set up the damn Ku Klux Klan. The Israeli government did help set up and finance Hamas.
Let's be clear.
So that's the Frankenstein that they helped create. If they hate Frankenstein, who's Dr. Frankenstein?
In the immediate aftermath of the murder of scores of families, of babies.
Which was evil.
Well, you don't seem to think so, because what these students did was they applauded it, they celebrated it, and they blamed Israel for it and said Hamas had no responsibility, and they cheered what Hamas was doing. They called it liberation, right? When it was the intentional murder of innocents, and they paid a price, and the same price, or probably a much quicker price, if some stupid ignorant white kid got up there and said, oh, the Klan was right, or oh, let's kill black people, or oh, hey, wonderful black people were killed, they would get fired right away, and you would say it's okay. And it's the same damn thing.
That's not true.
Oh, more lies.
Donald Trump disrespected black folk when he called African countries shithole countries, and he didn't lose his election. In fact, he was elected and put in office.
Again, another false equivalent.
And in fact, one of the senators, Senator Byrd, he was the help found the Ku Klux Klan, and Hillary Clinton talked about him like he was a savior in the Senate, and he helped found the Ku Klux Klan in Louisiana.
He was like a grand dragon.
No, he helped found the Klan in Louisiana, and here Hillary Clinton praised him, and Clinton praised him.
Well, again, None of that has to do with whether or not you would support a student losing their job if they said something horrible about black people. Of course you would.
If they told the truth, we may not like the truth.
Okay, so you're
but they
saying,
have a right to say it. We may not like it, but they have a right to say it.
You are saying applauding what Hamas did.
I'm not applauding that.
Okay, but they were.
Because it's against the law of Islam.
And you're calling that the truth.
What they did is against the law of Islam.
They applauded it. You're calling that the truth.
No.
Okay. Are you saying? Hold on.
Don't be a hypocrite.
Hold on. Are you saying
hypocrite.
Israel was completely to blame for Hamas' attack?
No, I'm not saying that.
Okay. Well, that's what they said.
I don't think they said that.
Okay, then maybe you should read the article.
Hold on one
Take
second.
some time.
Hold on.
Because you've been so busy lying.
I did.
You've been so busy.
I did.
You know,
and
you
what
always
they
know
said,
a liar
what they did say,
when
and what they
anyone
did
starts
say.
by saying, I'm telling you the truth.
Calm down, buddy.
Oh.
What they did say was that Israel's occupation of Palestinian land and its occupation, its mistreatment of Palestinian people for decades has produced the mindset and the environment to create such terrorists. That's true, man.
Okay, what they said was Israel was completely to blame. Do you find that to be true?
No.
For the murders?
No.
Okay, so you
Those
don't
are
think
innocent people who
so,
killed.
So, okay, I agree. Well, we agree
Just
on
like
something.
innocent people
so
killed
you
in
don't
Israel,
think that
innocent
you
people
should
are
lose
dying
your
in Palestine
job.
right now today from those bombs.
If this was 100 years ago and some horrible bigot was saying it about a lynching, you would support them losing their job. But it's all about skin color. It's all about race. And it's you never wanting to talk about the truth.
No.
Thank God they got fired.
White boys don't want the truth.
See, it all comes down to
you white boys don't want the truth.
Okay, the truth is that anyone saying something horrible and bigoted should lose their damn job. Did you hear the damn bell?
Leave Britney alone. The drama continues with Britney Spears, this time with a new memoir being released. In our main event, a new memoir pits Britney Spears against Justin Timberlake. She says she got pregnant and he forced her to have an abortion. Here's Quanell X.
Charles, we have been hearing the story about Britney Spears and her new memoir, where she references and speaks about her past relationship to Justin Timberlake. And she went on to say in her new book that he forced her to have an abortion. It's really sad what is taking place with Britney Spears. At one point, I really believed her father was taking advantage of her, saying that she was mentally unstable, she was not in a position to take care of her own finances, etc. But I have watched so many videos, TikTok, Instagram, social media videos of Britney Spears. And it saddens me to see such a psychological and mental health decline of Britney Spears. Somebody needs to step in and help Britney. And whoever allowed her to write this book, when the world can see the mental state of mind that she's in, to sit down with her and let her write this book at this point, knowing she's mentally unstable, to me is exploiting her and taking advantage of her. What she said about Justin Timberlake, I would say this. If it's true, that's bad. But there's three sides to every story. Her side, his side, and of course the truth. But at the end of the day, we can tell she's mentally unstable. I think the book was a bad idea, and the person who wrote this book and sat down with her should be condemned.
You know, the second time tonight, you have taken issue with women speaking their truth. And it seems like it's just because they're women. You've never suggested stories or led on stories where men were speaking their truth, where you didn't applaud it, right? So, Britney, I don't disagree. Obviously, there are some emotional and psychological issues that should be addressed. That knife dance was just weird as all hell. But if the truth is that at 19 years old, this pop prince with the teethy white smile and, you know, has been super popular, who started his solo career. He started his solo career by writing a song about her cheating on him and caused her to be condemned. If the truth is that not only did he bully her into an abortion, which would have decades of psychological consequence to this woman, right? Because this woman was raised Catholic. Obviously, her little sister got pregnant at a very young age and gave up her TV career to raise the child. If she was bullied by Justin Timberlake to get an abortion that she did not want, who knows how that impacted her? If he ran around on her first and then wrote a song about her running around, What a hypocritical human stain. What a piece of trash, right? And I think it's a bit awful for you to sit here and say that if this is her avenue, if this is how she is addressing and dealing with it, well, shame on you, not shame on her ghostwriter. Hell, she could have wrote the whole damn thing herself. Shame on you for taking a position that, again, is driven by her femininity. I'll agree with you. I mean, it seems like her parents loved her and were trying to, on one side, trying to help her, protect her from herself. But on the flip side, they sure were turning her out and putting her up there on stage in Las Vegas. I saw that Las Vegas show the very first night in the MG. I think it was in Planet Hollywood. Amazing show. And I'm not even a Britney Spears fan, right? I had my kids with me. We saw, she's not somebody I ever thought I'd want to see. It was amazing. She's an incredibly talented performer, but they were clearly making a whole bunch of money off her her entire damn life. But for you to criticize yet another female celebrity for airing airing their dirty laundry, in your opinion, but for speaking their truth so they can be happy. We all deserve to be happy, Quanell, and we shouldn't have different rules for men and women.
Charles, what if the song that Justin Timberlake made about her cheating on him is true? What if she did cheat on him first?
Okay.
See, if was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. At the end of the day, he has not said one bad word about her. Even after it came out.
He wrote a song calling her a whore.
Even after it came out, what she said about him in his book, he hasn't said
literally
one word.
Got his solo career by calling her a whore.
Is true,
do you just make crap up all the time?
He's wrong for forcing her to have an abortion. But also, he was a young man.
But she's wrong for writing a book?
He was a young man.
Oh, yeah.
No,
the guy with a penis is always okay.
We all can see that Britney Spears is struggling with mental health challenges.
Okay.
And for somebody to sit down after seeing all them videos that she's putting out over and over and over again, and then to say, now tell us your tell-all story, that's taking advantage of her and exploiting her. And obviously, all she's had is people around her exploiting her. What Britney needs is some real therapy, some real counseling. Then after she becomes mentally whole and stable, let her tell her truth. Nothing wrong with that.
Well, what do you mean let her tell her truth? She's an adult woman.
To do it right now, with the state of mind that she's in, is taking advantage of Britney Spears.
Again, of course you are a knee-jerk protector of Justin Timberlake. Justin Timberlake made his bones, got his solo career jump-started by calling this celebrity, because she was a much bigger celebrity than him at the time, by calling her a whore, right? And got all this public empathy and sadness and, oh, this poor little Justin. If she's telling the truth, and he ran around first, but more importantly, bullied her into an abortion. Justin Timberlake's a scumbag, right? He's a scumbag with a pretty face.
That's if it's true, but what if it's not true?
But what if it is, Quanell?
Because here's the problem.
The only reason you're assuming she's lying is because she got a vagina.
You really hate men.
Yeah, that's what
you one of those undercover sassy males who don't like real men. And so you take every opportunity you can to take a shot at real men. So let me tell you something, buddy.
It's no longer
I'm going to stand up for men that deserve to have somebody speak for them, too.
How do you know Will Smith didn't cheat first? How do you know Justin Timberlake didn't cheat first? You don't know a damn thing.
But guess what,
You're just over here engaging in your
regular
old misogyny. You threw in a little side order of homophobia because that's what you do. You make decisions based on skin color and gender and orientation.
But you don't like men. You hate men.
Okay. See, what you're doing is you're insulting me
because
you're trying to insult me to try to avoid talking about the subject.
Go ahead, Charles. Don't break your wrist for us.
Oh, there you go.
Don't break your wrist for us, Charles.
It's not an insult to call people gay. I really felt like I should spend this entire final round talking about the horrible things that have been said about Jewish people, the celebration of Hamas's attack. But I've got to address this. Saying I break my wrist, limp wrist, sassy, using all this coded language to denigrate homosexuals. I'm married, kids. I'm not gonna, but I don't feel any need to defend it because this isn't the 1980s. In the 1980s, when men would call each other gay or pejoratives as an insult, well, that was yesteryear. And we got this 51-year-old grandpa sitting across from me. We're the same age. I don't know if he's a grandpa. I'm not. But he is still using the barbs of yesteryear. It would be like a 70-year-old guy arguing with a black man and then trotting out racial pejoratives. It's absolutely disgusting. He only gets worked up when it's women, when it's whitey, when it's gay, right? Because he's a bigot. Don't let him get away with it.
It's my turn now. Bless Charles's heart. I just want to say my grandmother told me, rest her soul in peace. She said, when you throw a rock into a pack of dogs, the only one hollers the one that gets hit. So we see why he's hollering tonight, because that rock really hit him. I'm going to stand up for men who deserve somebody to stand up for them. I'm going to stand up for men who want to be real men, but they're being charged with being toxic masculinity. We're fighting against that because we need men to be the men that we have always been in this nation, but do better and be better, but don't abandon our manhood because somebody wants to say that we're toxic, being masculine. That's over with. It's time for men to stand up and take back the right that we have to be men and not allow anyone, I mean anyone, or any group to stop us from being that. Britney Spears, bless her heart. I believe that she's a beautiful talent, but I believe she's taken advantage of. If you watch those videos, you will see she needs help.